Next, after you click copy, you can open your Visual Studio Code. You can open your Visual Studio Code. Okay. And once you open your Visual Studio Code, I want you to go to your development folder, which is this one. Okay, your development folder. In my case, it is Mmdb, this one. And I want you to open a new file in Mmdb and save the file as carousel.html. Okay, you save the file. Okay, you save the new file that you have already created. This one, save it as a carousel, carousel.html. Okay, so I already have carousel, so I'm going to make _1, right? So carousel.html and click save. Okay, click save so that you have a carousel.html. Now, when you finish carousel.html, then you can click Ctrl V to paste the starter template. Okay, you can click Ctrl V because you have already copied the starter template from getbootstrap.com. So now when you open in your VSC, so you just Ctrl V to paste all the starter template. Okay, so you can click Ctrl S to save your file, Ctrl S to save your file. Now, if you open your browser, okay, you open your browser, you go to your localhost over here. Okay, if you type carousel, CA, okay, let me look at it. ROUSEL, right? CA ROUSEL, okay, 1.html. So you're going to have something like this, okay? CA, not CO. Okay, so you're going to get a hello world, right? This one, don't worry. Okay, because we don't type anything yet, so it's no problem that we have hello world, because over here we don't type anything yet, we just have a hello world, this one, this one. So that's why you can see that hello world is appeared in your browser if you click for carousel.html. Right, so far so good. Can you follow me? Right. Okay, next we are going to start copy the carousel tag inside our carousel.html. All right, so you go to getbootstrap.com again. I want you to go to getbootstrap.com again. This one. Okay, over here just type carousel. Okay, you find over here carousel. Okay, click the carousel. This one. Right. So if you browse down, there are several types of carousel available. For instance, you have slide only, slide with control. This one, you have a control. Or you have a slide with indicator. And finally, you have slide indicator control and you have some text, some caption. Okay, so for this tutorial, I want you to choose this one, slide with indicator. Okay, I want you to choose slide with indicator. Now, you browse down, if you have click or find the slide with indicator, Okay, so you go a little bit down and you should find this code. Okay, this HTML tag, this one. This is very useful, especially when you want to complete your requirement for making the user interface for your web system. Okay, so this will be the one. All right. So I want you to choose this one. Okay, and click the copy to clipboard. This one, same button that we used earlier. Copy into your clipboard. This one. Okay, when you copy into your clipboard, bring back your cursor into VSC, Visual Studio Code, right? So you can delete the HTML, this one, hello world. Okay, so you can delete this one. We don't want it anymore, right? So just under body, just paste your copied file or copy HTML from the getbootstrap.com. Okay, so this one. Okay, body, this one. This is the code or the HTML tag that we just copy from getbootstrap.com. Now, after we paste, so far, if I just can show you this one, there's nothing happened yet. Okay, refresh. Oh, I don't save it. If I save this one, and if I refresh, there's nothing happened yet. Okay, you can see that the image is broken image over here because we don't set the image yet. Okay, so to set the image, I believe that all of you have already copied the image that I have already shared with you in WhatsApp last meeting. This one, house 1, house 2, and house 3. Okay, so we are going to use these images into our carousel, right? So now what we need to do is that you have to find this HTML tag, this one, image source. Okay, image source. So far we don't set it yet. Okay, class D block W100 ALT Ethernet etc. Okay, just find this one. So in my case, it's located in line 22. Okay, it's located in line 22. Okay. So what you need to do next is that just type the images, which is the folder for that you have already saved the image. Okay, this one. In my case, this is my image folder, images. So I just put images over here. Okay, this is the folder and followed by house1.jpg. Okay, so first is the image folder. Next is the file, house1.jpg. Similarly, for the second one, okay, I can put images also, but okay, this time I put house 2. Okay, if you don't have something like pop-up like me, don't worry because I've already did it earlier. That's why my VSC can pop up the image. But if you don't have that option, you just type it, no problem. Okay, next is images also. Okay, and this time house 3. I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger so that it's much more easier for you to look at it. Okay, so in your carousel inner, so it's going to be something like this. Okay, it's going to be something like this. Okay, source, images, house 1, second one, carousel item, images, house 2, and finally carousel images, house 3. Don't forget to save your file, Control S to save your file. Now, after you have already set the image folder and the image file, then you can test this carousel.html in your browser. So if you have already complete let me show you how to test it. So open your browser. So you just refresh and you can see the image over here. Okay, you can click this button also. Okay, so it's works something like this, right? So this is the code, the HTML tag that enable you to have what you just see in my browser. Okay, so far so good. So far so good. Can you follow me? Anybody have problem? Anybody have problem? Sorry. Right. If you don't have a problem, then you can look back on your carousel over here. So it is a little bit bigger. This one is a little bit bigger because the file size is quite big. Okay, that's why it's a little bit bigger over here. So if you want to make it smaller, you can by adding a CSS, some CSS code over here. Okay, so just can add some CSS code over here, right? So this is the image. The image seems a little bit big because there's something happen in your HTML. So you can set it to become a little bit smaller. Okay, so this image is too big. So I want to set it a little bit smaller. Right, so this one probably I can change the title to become carousel, not hello world. Or you just, if you don't want, just delete it. Okay, CAROU cell example lah. Okay, don't worry, yeah. This one, if you want to change, you don't want to change, no problem. All right. Now I want to change it to become smaller. This image is too big for me. I want to change it to become smaller. So I can add some CSS over here. Okay, so I can add some CSS over here. Right? So to add the CSS or cascading style sheet, so you just type style. Okay, just type style between the head. Okay, this is the head and this is another head. So you type style between the head. Right? This one, style, and you have style. Right? So over here we can type the CSS code inside our VSC. Can you follow me? Right. So I want you to type this one. I've already made it. I just copy and put it over here. Okay. I just have already typed it, made it earlier. Right. So you can type this one into your VSC. Right. So carousel item, carousel inner image, and then height and width. Later I'm going to explain to you what's actually this thing is all about. Just type it first into your VSC, into carousel.html. This one, Okay, you can type the following CSS, cascading style sheet, into your VSC, okay, carousel.html. when you finish, don't forget to save your file. Control S to save your file. Sorry. When you finish, Control S to save your file. Then you can open your browser and test what happened to your image, your carousel image, if you add a CSS. Okay, if you have already finished, I'm going to show you what happened. Okay, so this is the original one. So when I refresh, so you can see that the image is a little bit shorter. Okay, before this quite tall, so it's a little bit shorter. Right, so this one. So far so good. Do you have something like what I have over here? You have something like what I have over here? Okay, so the image is a little bit shorter. Okay, but wider. Okay, so you can still maintain the length. Okay, over here, the width. Okay, so if you want to change the width, also you can. For instance, if you set the width to become 80%, so if you refresh, okay, so it's going to be something like this, right? Or if you maintain the width into, if I'm not mistaken, last time the width that we set is 1000 px. Okay, so if you refresh, then it's going to be like this also. Okay, but unfortunately, it's going to be located somewhere over here. Okay, so we just maintain 100% lah. Okay, width. Okay, so if you maintain 100%, then it's going to be like this. Right? Okay. Later on, you can try your own carousel over here. Right. So next, what we need to do is that we want to copy all the thing that we already did in this carousel, and we want to put it in the our web system. Okay, be part of the display in our web system. So before that, can you follow me? Anybody have a problem over here for the carousel? All right, so it seems that everybody can follow. And next, we can concentrate on our PHP, yeah, PHP, this one. Right, so if I open my PHP over here, so this is my index.php. Okay, I have a Jumbotron and I have one button over here. I click the button, it will list all the record for the property. And when I click the details for record number one, okay, so I can see the image over here. So this image is a static image. Now I want to change this image to become the carousel image, okay? Because I have three images, so I want to display all the images in detail. Okay, so what I have to do? Okay, so what I have to do? So first of all, okay, I have to change something over here. Okay, later on I can change the detail also in this one. But for doing this, we are going to do some modification on the details.php first. Then later on, we are going to do the modification on the property list.php. Right? So we go back to our VSC, Visual Studio Code. Okay. So please find your details.php, this one. Okay, details.php is this one, right? So I want you to open details.php in your VSC, right? So if you can see over here, this is the code where you display the image. Okay, this is the code that you are going to display the image. This code over here, okay, is going to display the image. Now, we can do something over here so that we can display the carousel image over here, right? So to do that, open your carousel. Okay, open your carousel.html. This one. Okay. So I want you to copy everything from body to this one. Okay, from div id carousel example indicator until the last div over here. Okay, I want you to copy everything, right? From this part, just below the body until this div. Okay, just above the optional JavaScript, blah, 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 this one. Okay, just copy this one. Okay, Control C to copy the HTML file. Okay, so go to details.php. Okay, go to details.php. We already have a container over here. So we just want to edit something. Okay, below this container, right? So I'm going to put it somewhere over here in line 59. Okay, in my VSC. Okay, so I'm going to paste my carousel HTML tag over here. Okay, so probably I can make some indentation so that it's much more easy for me to look at it. All right, so this one. So this is the original image, and this will be the carousel image that I have just tried and did it earlier in my browser. Right? So I can make it a little bit up over here so that my code looks nice and neat over here. Okay, so this is the HTML that I just put it from the carousel.html, right? So if you have any problem, you can raise up your hand or you just type something on the chat box. Okay, so this is the carousel that I just copied earlier. Okay, and just save, Control S to save my file over here, right? So if I refresh the details.php, this one, okay, details.php, okay, if I refresh and have a two image over here, right? But the carousel image doesn't work. Okay, the carousel image doesn't work because I don't set something uh, in my page. Okay, so I'm going to do that one later, right? So, but the carousel image is available. But if you click the control panel, the control button over here, this one, the control button. If you click it, then nothing will happen. In fact, okay, you cannot see anything. Okay, the control button over here, this one, and this one, right? So I have to do some modification over here. But don't worry, if you have something like me, don't worry. Okay, first of all, this one, the image, the original image, this is the carousel image. Okay, it is overlap because in my uh, properties.php over here, I have a two image set. This one, this is the first image. Okay, the static image, and this is the carousel image. Okay, right. So The problem why my carousel does not work is because I have to copy something else, okay, from the carousel.html. This one, okay. If you look over here, okay, this bootstrap link, this one, I have to copy it and paste it in my properties.html. Sorry, this one is this link. Okay, so this link bootstrap.css, I have to copy it and put it in my property list.php. This one, this list. Okay, this list. Okay, this one, the link, this link, the bootstrap link, I have to copy it and paste it in my property list.php. So I have to click all the things, okay, over here. All right. Okay, I repeat it again. In carousel.html, go to bootstrap.css. Make sure you copy the bootstrap link, this one, link ref, etc., etc. You copy this link, Control C to copy this link, and go to your property list.php. Okay, go to your property list.php over here. Okay, and make sure you paste it in the bootstrap. Okay, this one, you can paste it over here, you can paste it over here, no problem. Okay, so if you want to paste it, right, so this one probably I can do something like this. Okay, so I can paste it over here, right? Okay, so I can paste it over here. Okay, the next thing that I have to paste is from this one. Okay, so this is the bootstrap link. Okay, if you go a little bit lower, okay, you can see the optional bootstrap bundle with popper. This one, the script. This one also have to copy it. Okay, and put it in my property list.php. Okay, so just this one, just copy this one. Okay, Control C to copy this one script, source, blah 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 until the end. Okay, go copy this one first from carousel.html. Okay, go to your property list.php. You can scroll down and paste it along with other script. Okay, you can paste it along with other script, right? Save your file. Okay, save your file. Okay, I repeat it again. So the script also, which is located at the bottom, this one. So just copy it and paste it in your property list.php. Okay. Now, if you paste both the bootstrap, this one, sorry, this one, right. Okay, you have already pasted this one. Okay, and also the bottom one. Okay, if you have already pasted it, okay, now you can test it in your property list.php. Right? See whether it's okay or not, or something still happen. Okay, so let me check it first. Okay, so I've already copied this one and paste it over here. And the upper one, start link, href. Oh, this one, Okay. Okay, save it. Fresh. Something happened over here. Okay. Properties, view. Something is not working well. Okay, over here. Okay, but don't worry. Okay. You have any problem? Do you have any problem? HTTPS CDN. This one, just delete this one first. Try it. Carousel. This one. See? Paste it over here. Save. Okay, at the bottom also I have already put it. This one. Create the script and paste it over here. Semuanya ya. Save. Okay, so if I refresh, nothing happen. Okay, but don't worry, yeah. Okay, so first of all, okay, I don't know what happened, but I'm going to figure it out later on. Okay, if you don't want to mess everything up, okay, so in your property list.php, in your property list.php, okay, this one, right? In details, patutlah. Okay, in details, Oh, saya silap tulis, So sorry. Salah ni. Okay, I have to put it in details. I put it in property list. No wonder it doesn't work. Sorry. In details. You have to put it in details, not in property list. Too high. Okay, so sorry. So I have to put it, copy this carousel and put it in details. Okay. I'm so sorry. Okay. Right. Things happen, isn't it? Okay. So in this one, copy in the details. Okay. Copy this one and put it in details.php. Sorry. So I'm so sorry. Okay. Don't put it in property list. In details.php. Right. So this one. Okay. You have to paste it over here. Okay, in details.php, don't put in the property list. Okay, similarly, okay, so for the script at the bottom, this one from carousel, right? So copy this one, the bottom script, okay, source script, etc. Copy this one and put it in details.php. Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, paste it over here. No wonder the details.php doesn't work because I paste it in the wrong file. Okay, save the details.php. Now, if you open, okay, so hopefully everything works fine, right? Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So it's worked properly. I'm so sorry. I paste it in the wrong file, right? Can you follow me? Can you follow me? Right. I'm so sorry. Okay, I put it in the property list. No wonder it doesn't work. Okay, so now if you have already the file is already have something like this. Okay, so the carousel is working in your details.php. Okay, so you can delete. Okay, open your detail.php. You can this one. Okay, make sure you open the details.php. Right? So if you look at your details.php, you have a two image, isn't it? Okay, the first image, this is the first image, okay, which is static image, this one, okay, and you have the second image, which is the carousel image. Now you can remove the static image, okay, and just make sure that your image that available is from the carousel image. Okay, so what you need to do is that you just copy the file. Okay, just copy, sorry, not copy the file, but just copy the tag, the HTML, the PHP, this one. Okay, if in my case you can look at my VSC in line 58, this one. Okay, so you can copy the same thing. Okay, so what you need to do is that just follow the format that you have already have over here. Okay, so just type PHP echo and then $sign s and then image1. Okay, and similarly you can do for image2 and image3. Okay, just copy this one. Okay, the PHP code. All right, just copy the PHP code. Okay, inside the source and a double quote over there, just copy it. Okay, this one, PHP echo $sign s. Okay, and that one. Okay, just copy this one. Ctrl C to copy. Okay, and go to your carousel image. If you look at the image source, similar image source, this one is also image source. Okay, just paste it inside the double quote. Paste it over there. Okay, so instead using image 1, we can image 2 you can change to become image 1. Okay, similarly you can change image house number 2, okay, to become image 2. Okay, and the image 3, okay, so just paste it and change it to become image 3. Don't worry, because the path for this image is already been set once you access the database, right? So I repeat it again. So image source, okay, for your carousel, just copy from the image source that you have already set it in the static image over here. Copy this whole line of PHP and paste it in your carousel image. Image 1, image 2, and this one image 3. Right? Okay. So if you have already copied it, okay, you can remove the static image. The first one, you can remove this one. Okay, in my case, located in line 58. This is the static image. Right? Just remove it. Okay, and save. Okay, your details.php. Now, if you open your details.php, okay, so you can only see the carousel image because the static image you have already throw it out. Okay, so this is something like this, right? Okay, and the carousel image works just fine inside the details.php, right? Okay, the next task that you have to do is that, okay, if you look over here, the image seems a little bit bigger. So I want to resize it to become a shorter. Okay, so what I can do is that, okay, remember the CSS code that you make in the carousel.html, this one, the CSS code, this one, style and style. Okay, so I want you to copy this CSS, okay, the style, okay, and copy it, Ctrl C from the carousel.html. Okay, from carousel.html, copy the style, Okay, the whole thing on the style, Control C to copy. Now go to your details.php. Okay, go to details.php and we are going to paste it between head, between the head and head. This one is the head, open head, this is the closing head. So we are going to paste it over here. Right? Going to paste it over here. Okay. So this will be the CSS that's going to control the height for our image. Okay, so you can save, Control S. Okay, so if you browse your details.php, okay, then the size will become shorter. Okay, right? Okay, so this will be the image. Okay, so this will be the image, and this will be the what we call that, the details of that particular record for this particular record. Okay, so user can click the image, okay, and at the same time, okay, they can also see the record over here. Okay, okay, save your file over here, Control S to save your details.php. Now, the next task that you have to do is that you have to simplify the property list. If you look over here, okay, if I click index.php for my development folder Mmdb, so I'm going to see something like this. When I click properties, so it lists all the properties record. Okay, not only it lists all the property record, it also lists all the columns. And I don't want it to be like this. I don't want it to be listed all these things. Okay, I want to have something like this one. It will become the number, location, and price, and then later on I have a detail. Okay, so when user click detail, then they are going to see what is the content of that particular record, okay, in detail. Okay, so I want to do some adjustment on my property list.php. Okay, so what I need to do next is that I open my VSC back. Okay, I open my VSC back, so I don't have to open Carousel anymore. Okay, so I open my property list, this one. Okay, so in my property list, I can delete some of the record that I don't want. Okay, so for instance, instead of having house ID, okay, I want to change it over here in the column. Okay, if you have open your property list.php. Okay, so if you look over here, okay, so this is the navigation bar. Okay, at the top. Okay, this navigation bar. Okay, and this is the container which contain all the tables. Yeah, I can change the tables. Okay, how the appearance of tables. Okay, for the first one, if you look over here, you have a house ID. So I don't want house ID. I want to have, okay, number, just number. Okay, so apart from it, nowadays, okay, instead of typing NVMBER, you just can put hash over there. Okay, similar. Okay, bilangan, how nowadays we have we can put the hash. Okay, hash. Okay, so this one 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, all the record will be listed. Okay, so the column, that second column that I want is location. Okay, and the price. Okay, starting from room, bathroom, car park, property type, size, furnishing, I don't want it. Okay, I don't want all this column. Okay, starting from room, bathroom, car park, property list, size, and furnishing, I don't want it. So if you look at my browser over here, so it lists all the columns. Okay, room, bathroom, car park, property type, size, and furnishing. This one, all this property, I don't want it. Okay, because I already have the details. So why I have to put all the record all these column anymore? Okay, because I have details. When you click details, then they are going to see everything in details. So I can remove this column. Okay, so starting from room, bathroom, car park, property list, size and furnishing, I just select them all and delete. Okay, select them all and delete. Right? Okay, so I have only the list, number of list, location, price, and detail. So to fit, okay, with the table header and the table column. So over here, the table column, this one, I have to make sure that I follow the table header, this one. So the table header, first one is the list, okay. Second is the location, okay. I want to maintain this one. Third is the price, okay. Okay. I don't want the room. I don't want the bathroom. I don't want the car park. Similar to property type, size, and furnishing. Okay. These are all the column that I don't want to appear anymore inside the property list.php. So I just select room, bathroom, car park, property list, size, and furnishing. Just select it. This is the details. Okay, so this is the detail. Okay, so if you can find it in your VSC, okay, you can find something like this. Starting from PHP echo, okay, $H room, PHP echo $H bathroom, and finally the furnishing. Last one is furnishing. Okay, so this one I don't want it anymore, right? Okay, so I have something like this. Okay, first one is the bilangan. Okay, I just change it to become hash this one. So this one, this table header is for this one. Second table header is location, is for this one, location. Third table header, price, is for price. And finally is the details. This is the details. Okay, so this detail. You can look over here. This is the details. Okay, I have a view over here. All right. So I save my property list.php. Okay, I save prime property list.php. Now when I refresh, okay, so this is the table that I have now. Okay, so this is the only table that I have. Okay, okay, so when the user want to get more information, okay, get details from this record, they just can click the view button, click, and they can see all the details over here. Instead putting all the things in the property list, now I just simplify everything and put it only the uh, list, location, price, and if they want to look for details, they can click the view button. Okay, and there you go. All right. So over here, user can look the details. Okay, this is property one. Okay, and have a picture. Located in KICC. The price is over here. Okay, the room, bathroom, etc. is located over here. All right. Okay. So far, so good. This one I can save it. So far, so good. Can you follow me? Everybody have problem? Okay. Can this anybody have problem? Okay. So next class, okay, we are going to deal with something to update, okay, the record over here. Okay, for instance, if you for viewer, probably they can only see the details over here, but for the admin, let's say you want to update the record, okay, you want to add new record, or probably you want to delete some record, okay. This is something that we are going to do in next class, okay. And then class after that, we are going to do something called search, okay, something called search, okay. You can search for let's say any house, any properties that located in Tamantun.html, for instance. Okay, so you just click Tamantun.html and click search, and they can your system can find the record that relates to properties located in TTDI. Okay, right. Anybody have problem? Okay, if you have problem, you can share. Want to stop on here. Okay, does anybody have problem? If you have problem, don't be shy to share. Probably we can solve your problem, because there are a lot of students who manage to do it. Anybody have problem? Okay, he said no problem. What about the rest? Jackie, okay. Okay, one Amir say okay. All right, Moizuri also say no problem. Okay, so if you have no problem, I think that's it for today. Thank you very much. See you again on next meeting, which is on next Thursday. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and bye bye. Right. All the best.